It's a pivotal game for the Saskatchewan Rush. At 5-5, they need a win to keep their playoff hope alive. Meanwhile, the San Diego Seals come in wanting to win the season series and tighten their hold on first in the West Conference. It's the Seals versus the Rush next. From Treaty 6 territory in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, we're live inside the SaskTel Center. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser with you this evening. Heavyweights in the West do battle. It's the marquee matchup in the NLL on a Saturday night. And this one, John, it's got huge standing implications.
Oh, certainly does it ever. The Rush are right in the heat of it when it comes to the West Division playoff battle. They're sitting at 5-5 right now, so they are a game ahead of the Colorado Mammoth at 5-6. A couple games behind Panther City, of course, San Diego first place. But it's not just the West you have to worry about now. It's also the East as well. So in the East, if the fifth place team from the East, better than the fourth place team in the West, will they cross over and take that spot? So now all of a sudden, you're worried about the Halifax Thunderbirds. You're worried about the Philadelphia Wings. So this game, a win tonight for the Rush would be absolutely massive tonight in terms of playoff standings.
For Saskatchewan, you know what you're getting from your Mark Matthews, your Robert Church, your Ryan Keenan, but depth scoring is something they're going to need tonight, and that's when you look towards a rookie like Austin Madronic.
And Austin Madronic has been a guy that we have both been so high on this year. He's played 10 games. He's got 10 goals, and he's looked better every single game. The Harvard product, so you know he's got a brain in there too. That you can just watch this guy. He knows the game. High skill guy. So one guy I'm keeping my eye on to be big tonight here, Cody.
And San Diego, their superstar, Dane Dobbie, he's on the verge of a massive milestone.
On the verge of Hall of Fame status, I would say. Dobbie 1 goal away from 500 in his career. Just 6 other men have done that in NLL history. So you got to think, should be a milestone night for Dane Dobbie tonight against a team who's always been a thorn in their side.
Star power on both sides. It's not going to be an easy one for either goaltenders as well. And Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, you're home for the game. We're back after the break with anthems and starting goaltenders. The National Lacrosse League, presented by Alterna Savings Credit Union. Visit alterna.ca to discover the credit union difference. By NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything. And by Guaranteed Rates, now more than ever, you need the best. Thanks for joining us in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan this evening. It's a chilly one on a Saturday night, but it's nice and warm inside the SaskTel Center as the Saskatchewan Rush get ready to take on the San Diego Seals. Saskatchewan 5-5 this season, sitting in 4th place in the West. San Diego 7-2, top spot in the West based on win percentage, as Calgary has 8 wins after their victory over Colorado last night. The season series is tied at 1 apiece. It started on December 9th in San Diego. The Seals were able to come back. It was a huge 4th quarter. Curtis Dixon had the overtime winner, and then Saskatchewan was able to get their revenge on February 17th, 16-11, with the depth scoring coming through clutch. The transition, the rookies, that's what pushed Saskatchewan past this one. San Diego, a lot of familiar faces on that roster as well, a lot of former Calgary Roughnecks as we get set for this one in the SaskTel Center. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser with you. Anthems are done. Let's get to it. Taking a look at your officials for this evening's matchup. Crew chief this evening will be Todd LeBranch. He has definitely seen his fair share of Western games, and alongside him, Brett Coulombe and Mark Thompson. Ian Wilson, of course, your shot clock operator this evening.
The league's favorite shot clock operator, to say the least, who gets a standing ovation every single time, does the local principal. As we've got another delay here right in the building, as one of the ATVs they bring out to get the crowd all fired up is currently being pulled out by Mike Messenger.
Let's get to your guaranteed rate starting goaltenders here. Frank Scigliano goes for San Diego. It's been a while since his last start, but he's 4-0 this season. 14.43 goals against average save percentage, just shy of 700. now you get a look at the SUV issues in Saskatchewan. Huge thanks to Matt Beers.
Getting that one out of there. Let's hope this isn't an omen for the Rush tonight. That's what the hometown fans are hoping
That's
for
how
there.
you start off an NLL game on a Saturday night in Saskatchewan. Country night, you'll see the hats in the crowd, and there you'll see 0-0 Alex Bouquet. 5-5. He started every game for Saskatchewan this season. 10.58 goals against average, 78 save percentage this season. All four of the goalies in this contest have played in this season series, which is split down the middle at one apiece. A lot on the line this evening, John. It's going to be physical. It's going to be intense, and this is what everyone wants from a National Lacrosse League matchup.
Oh, you can't get any better. You've got star power here. You've got two teams that don't like each other. You mentioned a lot of those longtime veterans on the San Diego Seals have spent many years in the West Division playing the veterans of the Saskatchewan Rush. They know each other well. They don't necessarily like each other, and of course, big milestone lookout, as we could have goal number 500 tonight in the building. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, to join an elite class like that, that's impressive. Hey, on the stripe, Danny Logan, Mike Messenger. Ref is ready. Ball's down, and we are underway at the SaskTel Center. It's game 11 of the season for the Rush, game number 10 for the Seals. And a face-off violation means Saskatchewan gets the ball early. Thanks for joining us this evening. TSN Plus, ESPN Plus, CW in San Diego, and the Rush Radio Network. Saskatchewan are in the greens. Lindner towards the cage, and Scigliano's got his first big stop of the evening.
Lindner doing what he does best, coming up the middle, getting away a quick release as he finds a seam in the San Diego D. Good save there by Frank Scigliano to start this one off, Cody.
Now this lethal offense for San Diego will get a chance to go to work, led by Curtis Dixon. 58 points this season. Dane Dobie's got 30 goals, and he holds the ball right now. Dobie in tight, Stott to some room. Not sure if that went off the butt end of Bouquet's stick or the post, but it stays out.
For my great vision that I don't have to wear glasses to correct, I swear it was definitely off the post, Cody.
Dobie now back over to Stott. Here's up top to deflect, defend, and Bouquet's going to make that save as Connor McClellan was actually defending on his offside there.
And he did a great job. You could see heading towards the net with Stotts. He had him open for a second, but McClellan took that opportunity away.
Keenan out of the corner. He'll roll up top, dishes it down for Mark Matthews, three-time NLL champion. Pass over to Church. Keenan's got some space, and it's a big kick save by Scigliano.
GM Derek Keenan said he wanted to see more of veteran guys. You just saw it there as Ryan Keenan came in, laid a hard pick, got open, and got a shot away. Already seeing a little bit of the edge that Derek Keenan wants to see out of his veteran players tonight.
Mac O'Keefe over Kevin Crowley. No goals against Saskatchewan this season. 6 assists though. Westberg, blocker-like save by Alex Bouquet as he punches it to the corner.
Like seeing Bouquet with a big save there early. That's been one of the question marks we've discussed coming into this one. He's fallen off a little bit after his hot start.
Ryan Barnable pushed from behind by Trey Leclerc, and the ref is going to call a tripping here. Westberg's not too happy, but Saskatchewan, first power play opportunity of the game.
Yeah, it looks like they just got their feet tangled up. I don't think it was anything intentional, but the combination of the arm coming over the shoulder, which was clean, with the feet getting all tangled, is a trip. Not a call you see a whole heck of a lot in the National Lacrosse League, but it will send the Rush to the power play. And we were talking about how bad this Rush team needs a hot start against these San Diego Seals.
Rush 54% on the power play, Seals 50% on the penalty kill. Matthews flip it to Keenan. He'll have to run this up top. Matthews has to reset. Back to the point on the power play. Matthews, Church, 5-hole attempt. It's behind Scigliano, and it rolls just behind the cage.
Scigliano getting his stick over there just in time. The 5-hole was open for a split second. Got about 98% of it. That was enough for it to roll betwixt his legs and out of harm's way.
San Diego will slow it down now. 8 shorthanded goals for the Seals this year. Dane Dobie looking for 500. Skips it wide, and it'll be an over and back.
Don't like that shot by Dobie. That was from distance. Kind of missed. I know you're looking for the reset there, but You're typically looking to get that a little bit closer to the goalie. I don't know if that was open, but that has been a spot where Alex Bouquet's been weak, down by his feet and into the corners.
Matthews steps into one, and it's blocked. Graydon Bradley puts his body on the line, shorthanded for his first block of the game, and now he catches a turf monster up top. There's bodies falling all over the place.
Well, him and Ryan Keenan, again, one of the guys called out by his dad and GM earlier this week on your podcast, Cody. Keenan showing a little bit of edge to him, and they were in a battle until the turf monster got involved in that as well.
Wes Burke, 16 goals on the season. The Denver alumni skips it to Mac O'Keefe. Austin Stotts wants to drive, defended by Messenger, and he's pushed down, but he cuts through the crease.
That is just a battle of two big, strong men there. Austin Stotts nearly coming out on top as he almost got the best of Messenger, but steps in the crease as he's pushed in by the Rush defender.
It's about 475 pounds of man doing battle. Ryan Keenan still on the power play, 14 to shoot. Church walks it in back up top for Keenan. High shot, goes wide. Matthews brings it back down, 15 on the power play. Matthews over to Lintner, the righty. Low shot, trying to go short side, punched out by Chiliano. Good penalty kill so far for San Diego as there's 5 seconds left before Leclerc gets out of the sin bin.
And Frank Chiliano hasn't started a game since before 2023, Cody. That coming against Calgary. I was wondering how rusty he'd be. He looks fine to start off this one.
Trey Leclerc, room to drive to the crease, and he scores. Air Leclerc's got his 8th of the season, and San Diego's on the board first.
I think that nickname might stick, Cody. Air Leclerc going up and over Alex Bouquet, keeping his feet out of the crease. Just a great athletic play. He spins off here. You see Beers gets caught flat-footed, up and over the shoulder. He almost like a Super Mario straight up jump rather than the ones you see kind of going Superman. Nice little move while in the air over the shoulder of Bouquet. There's not a whole lot that Alex Bouquet could do, but
Jimmy Quinlan's going to throw the challenge flag as well. He wants them to have another look at this.
Well, I thought it was definitely clean. Like, I didn't see, again, I'm not the most accurate of seers from up here in the broadcast booth, but it looked like he was up, over, and in the air. I didn't think his feet came down as we're getting a second look at it here. Freezes Beers. Maybe
that's on the line.
That toe just on the line. So looking like Jimmy Quinlan is going to go 2 for 2 in home game challenges. Or is it? Like, that is so close, Cody. I think you see some green here. We saw the overhead for a second here on the broadcast as they back it up. I think you see just enough green in betwixt the bright yellow shoe and the white line. That's one of those times that it's beneficial for a guy not to be wearing the white shoes that blend in. I think this one's gonna stand. I think this is 1-0 for San Diego.
So if you see that little black outline on the crease, that's because that's actually a cutout, the crease is. And so I know you can't just pop it up that easily, but it's actually cut and placed in. So it's really tough to see, but the white is definitely the line of contact where you can't touch. And so maybe they do have a better vantage point to zoom in, but as you can see in this replay review, it's close as Todd LeBranch will jump out and give us a call.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Good goal.
So Jimmy Quinlan costed his first half timeout and the challenge as well. San Diego on the board first, 4 shots, 1 goal. They lead with 10:51 left to go in quarter number 1.
Well, I think you can see just that little bit of green once we got that overhead look here, Cody, and that definitely to me showed that it was a good goal. No debate there. I like the challenge by Jimmy Quinlan.
Messenger got rocked off of that face-off. He's a little slow to get up. We'll keep an eye on that as a call is coming. So Saskatchewan will go 6-on-5 once Bouquet gets to the bench. Clark Walter has the ball. Scored his first career NLL goal in his 3rd game last week against Panther City. Mark Matthews handles. Pass across, goes over the head of everyone. Dan Lutton's got to peel it off the boards. Robert Church is up top. Keenan's in tight. He'll take a shot in the back as well. 3 to let it fly. Medtronic doesn't have a lane. Tried to got it in tight there, but the physical San Diego defense didn't give Saskatchewan anything despite it being a 6-on-5.
No, it didn't even look like they were at a disadvantage there. We talked about it pre-game, Cody, about how you have to be physical against a San Diego team. Illegal cross-check, pretty simple, pretty cut and dry. You get your stick up into somebody's chops. You're going to sit for 2 or less or more. We get a second look there. A bit of a tie-up off the face-off, and there it is. On his way down, catches
Lindner's in tight, and it's off the post. A couple of seconds into the power play, Matthews found Lindner.
That escalated quickly, Cody. I was still breaking down that replay, and boom, Lindner's in off the post.
Sykes with it. Church is on him. Barnable's there as well. Down low for Patrick Shoemaker. Won a Div 3 championship at RIT with Ryan Barnable. Those two former teammates going back to back, and there's 500. Dane Doby behind the back, and he joins an elite class of 7 in the NLL.
If you're gonna score your 500th goal, why not do it in style? Dane Doby fights off 3 defenders, gets an absolute great behind-the-back shot over Alex Bouquet's shoulder. Number 500, the 7th to ever do it in league history.
Short-handed, nonetheless. San Diego has shown up in a big way. Trey Leclerc with the first, Dane Doby with the second, and Saskatchewan trails by 2.
I would put that in maybe like his top 10 prettiest of the 500, Cody. That was a nice, like the velocity he had on that behind the back while beating 3 defenders. That's great. That's a highlight reel goal. Never mind it being your 500.
Yeah, he scored a lot. I don't think I'll put that in his top 10 resume. Shoemaker grabbed the loose ball off of the face-off, but Saskatchewan gets it back. 70 seconds still on the power play as Drew Belgrade sits in the sin bin.
And you saw Mike Messenger back out there for the face-off. He was a little shaken up earlier, but he's fine now.
Church passing back with Matthews on the back pedal. Church on the run, down for Palace, backdoor feed. Madronic misses on the one-timer. Push got called on Saskatchewan, so San Diego will have possession when we come back. Rusher still in the power play for the next 49 seconds, but San Diego, a couple of quick ones. They're up 2-0 inside the SaskTel Center.
Just moments ago, you got to watch history. Dane Doby joins the 500-plus goal club. What a night. It was great for Dane Doby. Just 7 guys have done it. Interesting, a couple of them still active, so you could see him climb a little bit higher up that list. A few of the names on that list still climbing higher. Congrats to Dane Doby on 500.
For comparison on a Saskatchewan side, Mark Matthews has 375. Still 125 away. We'll see if he hits the 500 mark. I'll never count him out, but that's a lot of goals left to score. San Diego possession out of the corner. Dixon, Doby looking for number 2, and Bouquet gets the left arm in the way.
Good save, Alex Bouquet settling back in. His team needed a big one there as they're down 2-0 and looking just a little flat so far to start this one, Cody.
12 seconds left on the power play. It's a righty strong look. We'll see if they wait till Belgrade gets out. Madronic steps into one between the arm, but Giuliano squeezes it there in the jersey.
That just a great hard shot. You can see as it tugs on the jersey when it comes in, you know it's been whipped. Frank Giuliano up to the task and just his first start of the calendar year 2023 tonight.
Brody Merrill and Dan Lintner having a few words between the benches here. Seals offense. Run it through Austin Stotts. Fake swim move. Face dodge trying to get low. Now he'll drive on Bobby Kidd the third. Push down to the ground. Got it on goal as well. They'll get a reset, but Ryan Dilks has the loose ball, and he's got to bounce this one up the floor.
Stotts looking like he's in a foul mood tonight. He just keeps going to the net with physicality.
Bobby Kidd the third. Down for McClellan. Bobbled the pass. Marshall Palace awaits, and he'll slow it down for Saskatchewan. 13 on the shot clock. Palace back in the lineup after missing last week's game down in Fort Worth. Robert Church has to peel it back. 5 on the shot clock. Palace in tight. Littner trying to go high to high. It's over the net and as the shot clock expires.
Almost no players in green were able to get between the two sponsor dots here at SaskTel Center. This San Diego defense looks fresh. They look ready. No jet lag for these guys tonight, that's for sure.
Dane Dobie. Berg will run it through Curtis Dixon. On the run, pushed back by Garland. O'Keefe now trying to go low to high. His patented shot from Penn State. Stopped by Bouquet as the air ball goes for Matt Beers. Church and Matthews are on the floor and it gets bobbled. Shoemake's got it and Leclerc could have another break. Trey Leclerc looking for another and he's got it. Trey Leclerc, double threes, got his second of the game, and the Seals are up by a field goal.
That all starts with just a terrible mental error by Robert Church. Church has a chance to set up in San Diego territory, pops out of his net, and he just kind of stands there for a second, not realizing it wasn't there. Next thing you know, that gives Leclerc open space to run down the floor, and you give him space in transition, he's gonna do that. Great shot between the legs. He's up to 9 this season, 2 already in the opening quarter, and a nightmare start for the Saskatchewan Rush.
Trey Leclerc had a couple of goals back on December 9th when San Diego beat Saskatchewan 13-12 in overtime. Bobby Kidd III is going to pick up a face-off win here as he steps in for Messenger. Kidd III, 30% on draws this season. Robert Church waits on the half wall now. Austin Madronic back for Church. Ryan Keenan backpedaling around the restraining line. Room to shoot, but it's way outside. Matthews now. Defender Gamble lost his stick. In tight, Keenan on the backhand scoop. Stopped by Chiliano. Rebound, Madronic can't get to it.
Great job by Gamble. Lost his stick, but still able to post up against Mark Matthews and not take a holding penalty. Always tough to do that when you've dropped your twig.
Outlet pass. Now they'll slow it down. Austin Stotts. 2 defenders on him. Burke trying to find Dixon. Stotts grabs his stick and he's back up top. Dane Dobie. 500 career goals. One arms it. Stotts all alone and he scores. San Diego's firing on all cylinders. Austin Stotts has his first of the game, 13th of the season, and they're up 4-0.
What a great play by Dane Dobie. The little one-handed flip, looking like he's going to turn it around. Stotts gets behind that rush D. Another blown assignment, goes airborne to get it by Bouquet as he had nothing but time. Goes back to that short side while in midair, and the 13th of the year for Austin Stotts. And another great play by Mr. 500, Dane Dobie, who's always been a thorn in the fan side here in Saskatchewan.
You think Pat Merrill has his team ready? Shoot around this morning, it was all business. Not a single joke got cracked. They've shown early here as Bobby Kidd III battling for a loose ball, and he won arms for Palace. Palace Barnable in tight, it's in the net, but he stepped in the crease.
First great scoring chance here on a broken play for the Saskatchewan Rush. A chance for them to get back in it, get this crowd back in it. And Barnable was pretty clearly in the crease as Jimmy Quinlan can't reach for the challenge flag.
Dobie trying to go 5-hole. Bouquet makes a save. Smith has to avoid the crease, and they're going to say he stepped in. Hawkeye by the ref outside of the crease. They'll blow this one down. San Diego's going to get it back at a fresh 30 when we come back. 4-0. Seals lead. Austin Stotts has the latest here at the SaskTel Center in Saskatoon. Jimmy Quinlan, 9-5 in his coaching career as a head coach in this league. Only has 1 loss ever in the SaskTel Center, and his Rush squad trailed by 4. Right now, San Diego will start with the ball in a fresh 30 clock here. 4:48 left to go in quarter number 1. Wes Burke has Curtis Dixon down in the corner. A couple of former Calgary Roughnecks. Play pass. Dixon, space out in front for Berg, and he's stopped by Bouquet.
The Seals, with their ball movement offense, have been able to get tons of open looks into the middle, into the high danger scoring areas here so far in this one. Just something that the Rush aren't doing. They should be just taking notes from what the Seals are doing to their D.
Seals have only played 2 games in the last 4 weeks, looking well rested. No travel concerns for them. Matthews on the run, stopped by Chiliano. Keenan has the loose ball. I was waiting for Matthews to get his helmet adjusted. Clark Walter now, the Limestone product on the run. Bradley will defend. Robert Church. Skip pass for Matthews. Littner drops the pass, and it's on the turf.
Just look at this Rush offense right now. They can't get into the high danger areas at all.
Jesse Campbell, retired back in 2017 as a member of the Toronto Rock, and now Saskatchewan's getting called for one. And so it'll be 6-on-5, San Diego against Senna. Curtis Dixon, Superman, they linked a call up for Big Cat. Crowley, Austin Stotts is there. Stotts hammers a pass off the glass, and Barnable touches up, and Saskatchewan going to be shorthanded for the first time this game.
You never want to send the San Diego team to the power play, especially when they're already up 4-0 on you. As Littner is going to serve 2 or less for the illegal cross-check. And you're just letting this dangerous San Diego offense just get back into it. As Littner, he was not happy after losing that ball. Does a little bit of pushing and shoving with the Seals defender, and he's the last man to get called on that.
Kevin Crowley's up top on this power play. Dobie and Berg are on his sides, playing the crease. Dixon and Stotts. Austin Stotts with it right now. 1 goal already in this contest. Throws it back. Won't be over and back though as Berg hits speed burst and has it above the restraining line. Dane Dobie, dangerous shooter from everywhere. He has it back. Skip feed down for Dixon. Bounces off the turf. 9 to shoot. Dixon won't let it go. Crowley high to low. Kicked out by Bouquet.
Good save by Alex Bouquet. He was telegraphing where he was going, and he comes up with a big stop.
Dane Dobie. Crowley's up top. Hasn't scored against Saskatchewan yet this season. Dobie trying to go low to high on Bouquet. Picks him off the right shoulder.
This San Diego team just looks like they want it more, Cody. Getting another reset there.
Crowley back for Berg. 5-hole attempt. It's behind Bouquet, and he got it with the spinning spoon.
Well, what happened was it bounced off the floor and up into his jersey near his rear end and popped back out.
Dilks kicks it for Garland on a break, and it bounces just wide as Crowley on the back check took one away from Holden Garland.
The new West native, he was with Garland step for step there.
Dixon for Stotts, 5-hole, and Bouquet's got it between the wickets.
Rush need to calm it down a little bit here. Take some time off the penalty clock. 26 seconds left on the power play for San Diego. Don't let them get set up here.
It's about a 4-second differential with the shot clock and the penalty clock. So Saskatchewan can pretty much run it down, and they'll take a shot with a couple seconds left. Keenan back for Church, outside look. Chiliano with the big kick save.
Team's up 4-0. The Rush with 9 shots. Chiliano 9 saves. He's looked sharp for a guy that hasn't started a lot this year, Cody. But he's got lots of experience against these Rush shooters, so he knows where they're going and what they're doing.
Curtis Dixon, 27 goals on the season. Pushed back by Barnable. Now he's got some room to fire. Trying to go low on Bouquet, who had his stick in good positioning once again. And Ryan Barnable is up the floor. Back to even strength. 65 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Rush down by 4. It's Mark Matthews. Wants that backhand dish. It's for Barnable again. Trying to go 5-hole. Chiliano with the save. Rebound pops up for Church. Double team. McCannell tosses him to the turf. And now they'll say it's Saskatchewan ball. Fresh 30 clock here as they get some offensive forwards on the floor. Littner, Madronic, and Church are your righties. Powless and Matthews are your lefties. Robert Church, Saskatchewan scoreless here in the opening frame. Matthews outside look on goal. Easy save for Frank Chiliano.
Everything from outside. The Rush have gotten inside about twice, had a couple high danger scoring chances, but needless to say, this San Diego D, they're physical, they're big, they're mean, and they've done their job so far this quarter, Cody.
Austin Stotts, the ball handler. Down for Curtis Dixon, trying to flip it up for Leclerc, who's getting an O-shift. Dilks actually defended it, and here goes Kyle Rubish, a dozen to go. Hands it for Garland, holding Garland. Picked off by Leclerc, flips it for Keenan, over to Church. Short side, scores! Robert Church with 4.6 seconds left gets Saskatchewan on the board.
Boy, did they need that, Cody. Expect the big boys to come up big when you need them, and that's what Robert Church has done so well. 28th of the season, all of that off a great hustle play by Kyle Rubish to get it all the way down the floor. Knowing time was expiring, love the pass there by Keenan to the far side for Church. And as I mentioned, finally getting inside on those big advertisements on the SaskTel center floor, getting some room, and if you give Robert Church that, he's gonna score more times than not, and all the boys fired up. Nobody more fired up there, though, than Kyle Rubish, who took that one down the floor.
Robert Church will find the back of the net for his 28th of the season. He scored 8 times against San Diego. This is their 3rd meeting of the 2022-2023 campaign, but it was all Seals in that opening half. Saskatchewan down by 3 as we head into the second quarter at the SaskTel Center. Alterna Savings Credit Union is a proud partner with NLL. Visit alterna.ca to discover the credit union difference. Saskatchewan trailing 4-1 is San Diego clearly the better team in that opening quarter.
Oh, by leaps and bounds, outscored him 4-1. If it wasn't for Robert Church and that late goal, I would have been calling that the worst quarter that Saskatchewan has played this entire year. I might even just back that up. I mean, San Diego has come to play. Saskatchewan has come out flat. Even though they've got 13 shots on goal, I'd really only say a couple of them are dangerous on Frank Chiliano. So see if they can get it turned around here and avoid the country night curse. Cody Jansen.
Another face-off win for Danny Logan. Seals offense. Well, they've got a lot of superstars. You can't just guard one. As Wes Berg to the crease, and he scores. Berg with the crease dive early, and 10 seconds in, San Diego restores that 4-goal lead.
Well, and as soon as you're saying that, you're looking, Wes Berg's got it there. You got Dixon, you got Doby, you got all those big names out on the floor. How do you keep an eye on that? But you shouldn't be getting beat clean like that. That's at least 2 or 3 times. Barnable, the guilty party this time. I get it. He's young. He's still learning to get used to the NLL game here, but he absolutely gets blown by there by Wes Berg, who's got 17, and crushes the Saskatchewan momentum that they had going after the Bobby Church goal.
Wes Berg's got his first point of the game, and it comes in the goal column as well. 4th goal against Saskatchewan this season. Rush trying to force a turnover as they knock Gobrek to the ground. McClelland picks up the loose ball, and he'll airmail it for Jarrett Smith. Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League alumni. Smith down for Ryan Keenan. Saskatchewan banged up coming into this game. They're 5-5, looking to stay above 500. Robert Church back to Matthews on the run. Matthews now to no one, but Robert Church will grab it off the boards. Flip it down. Ryan Keenan was on the crease, and the behind the back flip from Madronic was past him.
Just a little past him. One too many passes, and I think this is one criticism maybe of the Rush offense that I've seen all year. Just shoot. Sometimes it's nice to make the pretty play, but sometimes you just got to get it on net. I've spoken to head coach Jimmy Quinlan about the same thing. They got to stop playing like this is an all-star game.
Crowley, penalty coming against Saskatchewan here. Wes Berg defended by Bobby Kidd III in his sophomore season. Curtis Dixon, short side, punched out by Bouquet as Garland touches up.
Another nice save there by Alex Bouquet. He's keeping this from being an absolute runaway. He's had a few nice goals, hasn't given up a couple of weak ones like we saw in previous weeks here, but we'll see what Garland's going for.
Saskatchewan, number 70, 2 minutes, holding the stick.
Getting the old hole in the stick called when you just can't grab a guy's stick. I mean, it's pretty simple there as we watch Garland. Same thing, he's pushed out of the way. He's got his hand on the stick of Dixon, and he takes a souvenir with him.
Dane Dilby passing it back with Kevin Crowley. Crowley's got 6 assists already this season against Saskatchewan. Westberg picks it off the turf. Crowley's there. Dobie in tight. Likes to go far side. This time he tries to go 5-hole. And Bouquet got it with that left foot. Beers now. Throws it out to Dilks. The outlet's Jake Boudreau. Boudreau's got Logan in a one-on-one situation, but Shoemate quickly back in reverse transition. Got in the way and took any thoughts out of Jake Boudreau's head.
And the crowd trying to get their team back in this one. You can hear already them coming to life right as Boudreau had it, and he was making his way down the floor, but that Seals D, no surprise, out there quick.
Clark Walter getting a lot of playing time here. Bouncer on the run goes off the head of Frank Scigliano.
That one was a spinner. It kind of bounced out in the crease near the top of it, up into Scigliano's head. Could have been dangerous.
Seals still on the power play for 55 seconds. Berg, Crowley, Dobie's there. Berg defended by Jared Smith. Dixon, room to shoot, trying to go low again, and Bouquet with the save his 13th of the game.
That's the shooting chart, if you will, on Alex Bouquet, especially after the last couple games. Good to see he's aware and up to the task so far.
Smith for Matthews, 30 left in the penalty to Garland, 15 on the shot clock. Walter and Church are out there as well. Littner's the fourth though guy. Down a man, Rush have possession. Robert Church defended by Shoemate. Into the middle, it's Walter, and on the run, it's BC Product, stopped by BC Product and Frank Scigliano.
I like what I've seen out of Clark Walter so far this game. A lot of these Rush players looking a little flat. He is not one of them. He's had a nose for the net all game and not afraid to go to the tough areas.
They call him Sparky. Back to even strength. Dixon. Berg didn't want to dive across the crease this time. Now he winds up. Matt Beers eats it though, and it's going to be a break for Jake Boudreau if he can catch it cleanly. McCannell looked like he was off the bench way early, but Boudreau bobbled it over to Keenan, and he'll peel some paint off that far pipe.
Just missed on that far side. Had Scigliano moving to protect the short side of the net, going far side low and just take some paint off. Little red on the ball there. A fresh 30 for the Rush.
Keenan's got it again. Pallets has his helmet ripped off. No call coming. Matthews thought about rolling, got pushed back, floats one for Church. Robert Church to the net, and he scores! Double it up. Robert Church has 2, and the Rush trail by 3.
What a beauty touch pass by Mark Matthews from distance. He saw Robert Church behind 2 defenders get a step and just threw it to an area, kind of like you see a guy like Tom Brady do. He finds some space, throws it to the area. Robert Church knows what's coming, goes up, gets it, goes hard towards the net, and Robert Church has both goals for Saskatchewan as he gets Scigliano moving, and he goes low on him by the legs where you got to go when you get the guys moving, and Saskatchewan's top scorer up to 29 on the year, and maybe this is the spark, Cody. Maybe this is the spark for this team early on in this one.
Put him on hat trick watch with 11 left to go in Q2. Ryan Keenan defended by Brody Merrill. Church back on the floor, and that's Saskatchewan getting to the dirty areas. That's where you'll score from. Robert Church on the run, 5-hole. Scigliano, quick look behind him. And Matthews couldn't get to the loose ball as Leclerc was all over him.
You said it, Cody. The Rush now, just now, starting to get to those dirty areas 20 minutes into this one.
Curtis Dixon, free real estate, but he's on the wrong side of the road. And the crossbody shot stopped by Bouquet. Now Boudreau will go up. Has Matthews and Rubish with him. Rubish peels back, and he'll leave it for Austin Madronic. 10 goals in 10 games for the Harvard alumni. Littner comes in to set a pick. Call coming. Madronic now inside move on Sykes, pushed down for a second. Bouquet's on the way to the bench. Delayed call coming. Swim move by Madronic. He's back up top. Jump shot on goal. Put it right in the crest of Frank Scigliano, and Saskatchewan's going to the power play for the 3rd time this game.
When you go to the dirty areas, good things will happen. Goals, penalties, things like that. As Graydon Badley's going to go for being a little too overzealous.
San Diego up 5-2, but it's Saskatchewan going to the power play when we come back.
Banking.
Back underway at the SaskTel Center. Saskatchewan on the power play, but they'll turn it over. 5-2, San Diego leads. Messenger Gives a couple of whacks to Cam Holding. Cam Holding, talk about a comeback player. It was about 5-6 years ago. He tore his ACL while trying out for Team Canada. And for him to get back to this level of play is just impressive, to say the least. Curtis Dixon now defended by Messenger. Shot got blocked. It ends up on the turf. And then Bobby Kidd III overruns it. And now it looks like maybe we'll get another TV timeout here, if that's exactly what they want. Hey, might as well head off to another quick break. Rush still on the power play, down by 3. It's Cody Jans and John Fraser with you this evening in the SaskTel Center. Saskatchewan 0 for 2 on the power play so far in this contest is Graydon Bradley still in the send-in for the next 62 seconds. Mark Matthews, he'll steer the ship up top on this power play. That's who gets it. Bouncer low, and it's a kick saved by Shiliano that goes out of play. Look at the shot clock reset here. Palace getting some power play time on a lefty strong look. Keenan is up top on the PlayNow.com logo. Robert Church back to Matthews. Keenan's in tight. Palace is there. Back door for Lintner. And a quick stick opportunity. It was good ball movement, but it was predictable, and Frank Shiliano read him like a book.
He knew it was coming, which is amazing because you're trying to get that extra little sneaky behind the back pass to surprise somebody. But a veteran like Shiliano up to the task. He's played really well here so far tonight, Cody.
Trey LeClaire will hold it up top. He's on hat-trick watch. 2 already in the opening half. 4 goals against Saskatchewan this season. Curtis Dixon trying to go high this time, off the shoulder of Bouquet and out of play. And now San Diego can kill the rest of Bradley's minor.
That's textbook what you want to do shorthand and get yourself a reset with your guy coming out in just 17 seconds. Expect San Diego to just keep it outside and then take a play right as they get back to 5-on-5.
Such a veteran move to shoot that up high as well, because you know, if you get a deflection, it's going out of play. And Curtis Dixon, well, he's seen enough of that to know where to put it late in a penalty kill.
And it's such a hard save to control when it's coming up high on your shoulder like that too, Cody. It's hard to angle it down.
LeClaire, even strength, cuts around Beers to the net. Shot goes high and wide. Dixon has it, 1 on the shot clock, and he'll let it go.
Dixon knew it was going to expire, trying to get it in, get another reset. That one just a little bit too high, and we're back to 5-on-5. Saskatchewan's once dangerous power play looking more like a pop gun these days.
Keenan's in tight, McCannell all over him. Won't get a shot off. Robert Church is on that side as well. Mark Matthews holds on to it. Mike Messenger getting an offensive shift. That's who's got it. Gamble will defend. Messenger trying to go 5-hole. Shiliano stick in the right spot, won't give up a rebound either as he outlets it to Drew Belgrave. The Nanaimo star in the WLA this past summer. First team All-Star playing with Jared Smith. Belgrave leaves it for Austin Stotts. 7:05 left to go here in quarter number 2. Dane Dobie slows it down. 7 to shoot. Austin Stotts in tight. Has it, but the triple team comes. The ball's on the ground, and Ryan Barnable wants to run.
Stotts has just been giving them headaches all night long, Cody. He's been in near that net all night.
Matthews back up for Dilks, and I don't think Dilks really wanted to jump into the offense on that play, but he got a pass anyways. 15 on the shot clock. Madronic, the former Victoria Junior A Shamrock, finds Matthews. Shoulder saved by the San Diego netminder. Clark Walter now up top. Back for Mark Matthews, 375 goals in his career. Matthews now stick up high right in front of the refs. They won't call it. Walter now, and Merrill gives him a couple of whacks in the corner. 10 on the shot clock. In comes Graydon Bradley as well, and the double team works because Cam Holding can scoop up the loose ball.
Yeah, with the shot clock expiring, good job with the double team there by San Diego. Take the ball, run it back up the floor, kill some more time. Just keep this rush offense to the outside. They've been so good at that through this first half.
Wes Burke. Dixon setting picks there. Skip it over, and O'Keefe's shot bounces into row 5. San Diego thinks it was deflected, as do the refs.
They are going to agree with them, give San Diego a fresh 30 here with their 3-goal lead.
They're a lot closer than we are, so I'll trust their judgment. Kevin Crowley has Burke. 3 righties on the floor. Dane Dobie with Mac O'Keefe. Jared Smith got pushed off. Switch comes from Rubish. Dobie will jog it up. Berg has Dixon running towards the net. Pass floats past him, and Kevin Crowley's in. For Berg, over the restraining line, trying to hit Dobie for a quick stick, and Dobie's not happy that that pass was about a foot over his head.
I don't think Garland knew he had it either. That one deflected right off the boards into his stick. Took him a moment to realize he has it as he takes it up the floor now, Cody.
5:07 left to go in quarter number 2. Keenan. Palace is there as well. In tight, Dan Littner trying to go behind the back, misses by a few inches. Madronic, 5 to let it fire. One-on-one with Belgrade. Madronic knocked to the ground, and great defense right there by Drew Belgrade, the new West kid.
One-on-one against a lot of these large San Diego defenders has not ended well for the Rush. They got to get a little bit more ball movement going and get into the middle there where they can get some good chances.
Westberg to Stotts, looking for his second of the game. Kicked out by Bouquet, and Messenger pokes up that rebound to Barnable. Barnable has Messenger. Matthews is off the bench, and Matthews bobbles the pass.
That ball has bounced out of more Saskatchewan sticks in this first half than I think I've ever seen in any game of lacrosse, Cody.
Messenger takes a hard hit by Patrick Schumann.
They're getting into it.
Stotts back on defense, and now Messenger. Well, the gloves will stay on, and cooler heads will prevail.
For now, of course.
Dane Dobie. Cam Holding will stay in play. Matt O'Keefe out there as well. Dobie will direct traffic. O'Keefe trying to hold it off, and now Rubish is going to force a turnover, and he's got a breakaway. Kyle Rubish. Matt O'Keefe got back in time. As Matt Beers down to Rubish. Heels it up for Church. Church in tight. Keenan's there, and he's robbed by Chiliano.
Chiliano's best of the night. I thought for sure that Keenan had him beat as he went airborne.
What a save by the big man, Trey LeClaire, for the hat trick. Shot got deflected. Westberg pulls it down. 13 on the countdown. Austin Stotts. As Trey LeClaire, McClellan will defend. Austin Stotts rings it off the crossbar.
This one's getting physical, Cody. Crowley just took down Ryan Dilks from behind on that one. Still legal, but just a tough takedown.
Western rivals, you wouldn't call them friends, that's for sure. Dane Dobie. Messenger's there, Stotts with a pick. Dobie's on the run, stripped of the ball, and a call is coming against Saskatchewan. It's going to be a hold. Maybe they call it on Messenger. It looks like he's going to be the one walking to the sin bin.
I was surprised. That looked like a clean take from Messenger. I thought it was going to be on Garland right before Dobie went down to the floor there, Cody.
Saskatchewan going to be shorthanded. San Diego going to their third power play of the game. Up by 3 in Saskatoon. Get game day ready and shop your favorite team's jerseys and merchandise. Head to NLLstore.ca to get all your National Lacrosse League and team gear today. San Diego go to the power play for the 3rd time in this contest. They're 7 for 10 on the man advantage coming into this game between these two teams in their 3rd meeting of the season. Season series is on the line this evening. Seals up by 3. Westberg as Dobie. Those two will pass it back and forth. Dixon awaits now on the left side. Berg steps into one, and it's going to bounce all the way back, and it'll be over and back on the Seals.
The Rush have figured it out defensively here in the 2nd quarter, only giving up the 1 goal so far. Unfortunately, they've only scored 1.
Dan Littner shorthanded, got a great chance, and the rebound was there as well, but Saskatchewan had stopped playing for a second, even though it will be evened up, so it'll be 4 on 4. For the next minute, 39.
I think what happened there, Cody, the whistle had gone after the shot by Littner for the penalty on McCannell. He just gets up a little high on Dan Littner, gets him around his stick, around the head. That's why the Rush had kind of stopped for a minute. The whistle had gone. I don't know if Littner was getting close to the crease too as well, but we're going to have some 4-on-4 lacrosse here for $1.39.
Open it up. Saskatchewan's down by 3. Ryan Keenan Over to Robert Church. He's on hat-trick watch already. There's a glove on the ground, and I believe it belongs to Matthew Sykes. Ryan Keenan has it now. Matthews will set the pick. Now it's Church. Wants to flip it back for Lintner. Pass over to Matthews is behind him. 8 to shoot. Robert Church. 5 holds behind Chiliano. It's on the goal line. And Dan Lintner wanted to dive in there. Didn't have a clean look at the rebound.
How about the courage of Sykes to just keep playing even though he's lost his mitt? That's an easy way to break a finger, Cody. But just he knows what he has to do to slow down this Rush team, and they just keep doing it. I absolutely love that by the Oakville, Ontario native.
95 seconds to go in the opening half. Dixon. Fake shot. Garland's got his stick on his hands. Now Dixon wanted the crease dive, pushed out. Fadeaway shot goes a foot and a half wide, and Saskatchewan will run up on it now. Bobby Kidd the third with it in transition. Jared Smith is there as well. Madronic and Walter let the kids play, but the shot got blocked by Holding. Now Cam Holding's going to float it up, and Dane Dobie's got a breakaway. Dane Dobie all alone, shoots, and he's stopped by Bouquet.
Huge save, Alex Bouquet. The Seals offense has been held to 1 there. I thought for sure it was going to be 2. All alone with time on Bouquet, and he comes out the victor of that battle.
Shumay has the loose ball, and San Diego will get their timeout in so they can draw something up. But what a save by Bathrow Bouquet. Got the arm out there. None bigger in this game, because for Saskatchewan, you really got to keep this one within 3.
Yeah, certainly. They've found a way to slow down that San Diego offense as they went up 4-0 real early. Even they getting their 4-0 all before the 5-minute mark of the opening quarter. Quick 4-0 for San Diego. Usually you're thinking it could be a runaway, but they managed to contain them so far in the second quarter.
Don't forget, coming up on the guaranteed halftime report, first half highlights, out of town scores, and a look at what makes a great NLL goaltender.
It's neither one of us, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of failed goaltenders who now wear headsets instead of helmets. We certainly won't be telling you what makes a great goaltender, but Alex Bouquet with a great save. Nonetheless, across the floor, Frank Chiliano has been nearly perfect. Stopped 23 out of 25 so far.
And what, it's its first start since December, Cody?
January 14th.
Oh, I was so close.
He got pulled against Calgary, allowed 4 goals on 6 shots, and it was Chris Origlieri's reigns until the outdoor game against Vegas. Austin Stotts has it again, 4-on-4 for a couple of seconds until Mike Messenger gets out of the sin bin. 10 on the shot clock. Crowley, 1-on-1 with Boudreau for Dobie, pushed back by Rubish, the greatest defender ever to do it in the NLL, and Rubish gives him 1 more for good measure. Remember, Saskatchewan, they're going to have to work it up the floor. They don't have their timeout because of the challenge. So Bouquet will go to the bench. They'll run a 6-on-5 here.
Love that play by Kyle Rubish. Dane Dobie's having himself a night. Got his miles through. He's been dangerous, and Rubish just gives him the physicalness.
5 seconds left. Matthews walks it in. Short side, stopped by Chiliano. It's behind the net, and Robert Church won't grab the loose ball either. Chiliano with another save. His 24th of the game so far. Frankie, phenomenal. And the San Diego Seals jump out to a big lead. 5-2 over the Saskatchewan Rush. Don't forget, your Guaranteed Rate halftime report is coming up next. San Diego's up by 3 at the half. Welcome back to the Guaranteed Rate halftime report in Saskatoon. It's Cody Jeans and John Fraser with you at the SaskTel Center. Let's take a look at around the NLL in Week 15. Yesterday, 2 games. Buffalo beats Halifax 10-9 in overtime. Calgary thumps Colorado 16-10. We get a final already. Toronto doubles up Albany 12-6. And in New York, the Riptide up 11-7 on Mitch Jones and the Philadelphia Wings. Still to come tonight, Las Vegas and Vancouver in the lone other Western matchup.
Yeah, big night going well so far for the Rush in terms of the out-of-town scoreboard, as Philadelphia, one of those teams they're looking out for in the crossover. They're down big to New York, and Halifax, of course, dropping their game on Friday. So The Rush in a precarious playoff spot, especially after the first half of this one, Cody.
Well, let's bring it back here inside the SaskTel Center, because San Diego, that first quarter, they were dominant for 14 minutes and 50 seconds. If not for Robert Church's late goal, that could have changed everything. But off the hop, it was Trey Leclerc who got it going.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be runaway mode early as San Diego scores 4 quick goals, including number 500 for Mr. Doby, a milestone night for him. And his team came to play 4-0 pretty quick. I'm starting to worry that we might have to get into garbage time. Great defensive play there, too, by San Diego. They're doing it at both ends of the floor. But as you mentioned, Cody, Robert Church showing up. The momentum buster there, though, from Stotts. And again, Robert Church with both goals for the Rush in a low-scoring first half, which is good because the Rush figured out how to slow down San Diego.
Well, that first half stat line, shots on goal, 26-24 for Saskatchewan. Frank Shiliano was phenomenal. Face-offs, 5-4 in favor of the Rush. Power plays 0 for 4 for Saskatchewan, 0 for 3 for San Diego. Loose balls 31-25 in favor of the Rush. Obviously, a huge second half for both teams coming up. San Diego looking to take a grip on first in the West. Saskatchewan looking to not fall behind 500. What are you looking forward to in the final 30 minutes?
I really want to see if the Rush can get it going. They've been flat all night, looking almost lethargic. As that's a tough one to say, Cody.
It's a big
little
word.
Lethargic on the halftime
like
report. I need to see if they're getting it going. Jimmy Quinlan, great motivator, see if we can get the boys fired up. And from San Diego, see if that offense can figure it out again. They looked unstoppable first quarter, got slowed down in the second. So which San Diego offense do we see the third quarter and beyond?
Well, Saskatchewan's success has come from getting to the front of the net, getting to the dirty areas. And so far, they haven't done too much of that. Robert Church a couple of times. Barnable had the chance that got called off. But really, the difference maker has been this San Diego defense. They've been suffocating at times. Frank Shiliano has been the better netminder. It's not like Alex Bouquet's been bad, but you got to have someone steal you this game now in the second half for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, most certainly. You got to have somebody step up and get to the high danger areas, to use a hockey term that we hear a lot of. It's just they've been able, that San Diego D has kept everything to the outside for the Rush, minus Robert Church getting in there a couple times. So I want to see a meaner Rush come out because you got to match that San Diego D. They're one of the best physical defenses. They do such a good job of just walking that line of what to get away with, and they do it perfectly. They're veteran guys, they're big guys, they're strong guys. They know what's going to get called and what's not, and they're going to punish you, and they've been doing that to the Rush so far tonight.
Country night in the Wild West from the SaskTel Center. The Seals are up 5-2 on the Rush. Don't forget, we're going to talk goaltenders when we come back here on the Guaranteed Rate Halftime Report from Saskatoon. Welcome back to the Guaranteed Rate Halftime Report inside the SaskTel Center. It's Cody Jansen, Saskatchewan Rush, San Diego Seals. Now, every position on the turf in the National Lacrosse League warrants unique skills and an incredible mindset. Nowhere is that truer than amongst the goalie union. What is it like to be a net, and how do they cope? We asked some of the best in the business to find out.
4-on-1, couple of fakes and a big save. Warren Hill, one more. Oh, what a save, Christian Del Bianco. Racket, save it.
I think goalies are definitely the most important position.
What a rebound stop.
They are your backbone, your last line of defense.
Oh, he didn't score.
Heart and soul of the team.
Every goalie has their own sort of style and quirks in the way they look at the game.
Pump it up. Come on. Be good here. Be good here. In game, one of my superstitions when the ball's in the other end, I'll look up at the clock, and if it's kind of clicking down, gotta see it hit 0 and then look away.
We're on a win streak, same suit to every game. Same shoes, same socks, same tie, shirt. And then if we lose, that's when I'll change it up.
Right before every game with my net, I look at it first, and then I step in. I do 2 head bumps against the crossbar, and then my stick, I go up, down, side.
When I'm getting ready, I usually get ready all right side first. Just one of those quirky goalie superstitions, I guess.
Playing goalie is definitely about 80% mental, right? And I think whatever helps someone be in that right frame of mind to be successful, all the power to them.
They're definitely different than the rest of us. I wouldn't want to be standing there in front of the ball.
First time I tried it, I hated it. I was in tears after on the way home.
I'm not a great runner. When I was about 5 or 6 years old, we didn't have anyone to play in net, and I offered, oh, I'll go in net.
I first became a goalie when I was 4 years old. Kind of followed in my brother's footsteps a little bit. He was a goalie, so I always wanted to be better than him, and the rest is history.
For a goaltender, it can kind of be lonely, and especially in such a high-scoring sport, you kind of have to have a really big mental resolve, because a good game is like 8 goals against.
In the games, I try to just kind of, stay in the moment. Anytime something happens, good, bad, or ugly, I just try to focus on that next play.
At the end of the day, it's nice that you kind of have such an effect on the game and a lot of control, and it's definitely kind of one of those situations whether you're the hero or the zero. That's part of the job, and I think most of us know what we sign up for and kind of enjoy that part of it.
It's Cody Jansen back at the SaskTel Center. The San Diego Seals are up 5-2 after 30 minutes of play here in Saskatchewan. San Diego got a lot of their offense through Trey Leclerc, 2 goals, 3 points so far this evening for him. Robert Church with 2 goals for Saskatchewan. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for Saskatchewan here. Back-to-backs with Calgary. First, you've got the St. Paddy's Day coming up next Friday. That's always a tough one in the Saddle Dome. There's going to be a ton down there. Vancouver, Georgia, Halifax, Colorado, and Vegas to round it up in April. Let's go down to the floor where John Fraser is standing by with Jimmy Quinlan.
Yeah, down on floor level here with head coach Jimmy Quinlan. Jimmy, your team, kind of a story of 2 quarters there. What did they improve on from the first quarter to the second when they were able to slow down San Diego?
Well, I think, again, we had not a bad start. We didn't execute on our power plays and then kind of had some mental lapses. So we made some adjustments. The guys were really good. Their energy was high. We started executing better. So, I think we're going in the right direction. We're excited for this half.
What are you going to have to do to figure out Frank Chiliano and that physical San Diego D in the second half?
I mean, we've got 26 shots. We've got a lot of good quality shots. It'll fall. We believe it'll fall. We're good.
Sounds great, Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Janner.
John Fraser on the floor with Rush head coach Jimmy Quinlan. Saskatchewan trailing 5-2. Shots on goal 26-24 in favor of the Rush. Frank Chiliano has been the better of the 2 netminders as Alex Bouquet with 19 saves in a green jersey this evening for Saskatchewan. 2 points from Dean Dobie, 2 points from Austin Stutz. Patrick Shumay has a couple at the back gate as well for Saskatchewan. Robert Church has 2 goals. Ryan Keenan has 2 assists. On the faceoff, Saskatchewan's been just a little bit better. Messenger 2 for 6. Bobby Kidd III, though, has stepped in and won 3 for 3. But it'll be Messenger and Danny Logan off the stripe to start here. Logan 3 for 6 so far in this game. 46% on draws this season. Rush trailing by 3 in what has been called the biggest game of their season by general manager Derek Keenan earlier this week. He wanted to see more from some of the veterans. Jimmy Quinlan thinks they'll start to fall, and second half is underway here in Saskatoon. Messenger, Logan on the strike, back underway. Kicked forward by Logan. Ryan Dilks is going to have to run on it, and with the big scoop, Bouquet couldn't quite get it. And now it's on the floor for Ryan Barnable. Barnable had a great chance in that opening half. It was called off on a crease violation in quarter number 1. One of the better looks Saskatchewan has had all game so far. Mark Matthews. The switch to the white gloves. We'll see if it comes in the goal column as well. Robert Church on hat-trick watch. Medtronic's in the middle, tries to go low to high. Ball bounces out. Lintner and Keenan get swings at it, and they can't control. Cam holding up the floor. Curtis Dixon's there as well. It bounces behind him, and Connor McClellan's going to hit the Jets. McClellan's got Church up on a 3-on-1. Connor McClellan, low going 5-hole. Chiliano with the save, and he had defenders to make sure it didn't squeak behind him. Seals back the other way. Curtis Dixon. Crowley's on the floor as well. Pass intended for Stotts. Messenger had it, but to avoid the back end, he just whipped it down the floor all the way for Frank Chiliano. Fresh shot clock for the Seals to work with. Dean Dobie now in front of the Rush bench. Slows it down. Goal number 500 of Dean Dobie's career. 1 of 7 to ever do it in the National League. Westberg overhand, bounces wide. Messenger's got that loose ball as well. Pop fly, he comes down with it. Lintner's off the bench along with Matthews. Matthews had 1 assist. Lintner held scoreless in the opening half. Marshall Powless now. He'll control the ball. Went on IR last week and missed the game against Panther City. Madronic won't shoot. Now he's going to run to the middle, and it's a kick save. An awkward knee save by Chiliano, but the rebound again. McCannell's got another loose ball, and it's those timely plays for San Diego, not allowing the Rush to have those second chance opportunities. Crowley's got Berg up top. He'll wait for Curtis Dixon. The San Diego Roughnecks at times out there, with a lot of that Calgary-Saskatchewan Battle of the Prairies rivalries on the turf tonight. Mac O'Keefe in the corner. O'Keefe now low shot, blocked by Jarrett Smith. Now he tries to get another one away, and it bounces wide past Bouquet. 12:36 left to go in quarter number 3. Thanks for joining us. It's Cody James and John Fraser with you on TSN Plus, ESPN Plus, the C-Dub San Diego and the Rush Radio Network this evening. Saturday night marquee matchup in the NLL, and it's proved to be a defensive battle. Robert Church wants to drive, pop back for Lintner, spins to the inside, Holden keeps him out. Lintner now. Pass over to Keenan. Walter, he'll set the pick. High shot from Keenan goes wide. And again, the Rush settling for some of those perimeter shots that aren't too dangerous on a big goaltender that stands at 6'5", 290, like Frank Chiliano does. Kevin Crowley signed as an unrestricted free agent this summer after playing in Philly. Stotts has the rebound. Berg's up top. They'll run it around the horn. Curtis Dixon awaits in the corner. Stotts is there looking for his second of the game. Tries to pull it short side. Won't go on goal. Still 16 on the shot clock. Stotts runs it up himself. Save made by Bouquet. And the rebound grabbed by Holden Garland. Barnable now 3-on-2. He'll run it, and he puts it right in the chest of Frank Chiliano, who wants to chuck it back to Burke. On a breakaway, Westberg stopped by Bouquet. Rebound, scores. Jesse Campbell has his first of the season and first in years for the former Toronto Rock. Frank Chiliano with the outlet pass. He puts it on a rope. Westberg stopped by Bouquet, and it's the trailer in Jesse Campbell, who's able to pick it up and put it behind Alex Bouquet to make it 6-2 for the San Diego Seals. First of the season for the Rockwood, Ontario native. Lead is back up to 4. Gamble's last goal came May 6, 2017. 2017, pardon me, against New England. What's that, 6 years? Quick math, 5 and change. Impressive. His comeback coming out of retirement and playing in San Diego this season. Danny Logan now picks up the turnover. Crowley up as well. 10:50 left to go in quarter number 3. 6-2 Seals lead. Pick comes from Dixon. Now he's all alone behind the back, and it's punched out by Bouquet. Clark Walter for Marshall Palace. Off the half wall, the youngsters will go to work. Pass intended for Lintner, and he'll overrun it. Kicked back now by Church, and Marshall Palace has it. No over and back called. Matt Merrill and company wanted one. They won't give it to him. Palace for Church. Madronic tries to free up a little bit of space. Palace has it. Now he's got room to shoot, trying to go low to high, and Chiliano eats it again.
And I think that's one of those shots when I talk to Jimmy Quinlan, he says they're just going to start falling. Those low to high, those danger shots, these guys are getting so close to picking corners, and he believes that's what's going to happen the second half here, Cody.
Holden Garland outside, cuts in on McCannell, trying to go stick side, and this one bounces 150 feet in the air. That went off the rafters.
It did. They're just playing it live.
They're just going to play on.
Basement rules. It's like when you and your buddies used to play together, play ping pong together, goes off the ceiling, it's still live, still good.
Backyard lacrosse style. Let's keep it rolling. Austin Stotts now. As Dane Dobie sitting on goal number 500. Curtis Dixon, Superman, as they call him. Boudreau up on the defense. Dobie wants to shoot around Smith. He whistles one wide, and this will bounce over half as we hit a TV timeout here with 9:11 left to go in quarter number 3. San Diego back up by 4. Gamble has the latest.
And it's another milestone night. This one for Brody Merrill, the head coach's brother and former member of the Rush. He has played his 269th game tonight. That passes Josh Sanderson, Rock legend, for 4th place on the all-time list in NLL history. It's a decent career, eh? That's not bad, eh, Cody?
Can't complain about that. Seals up by 4. Brody Merrill and company putting on a defensive clinic tonight inside the SaskTel Center. Church has Walter up top. Robert Church, 2 goals for Saskatchewan, the lone goal scorer in green. Lintner's shot off target. This will bounce over for San Diego. On the transition attempt, it's Eli Gobrecht. Got stopped by Alex Bouquet, and if not for Bouquet, this one could be getting out of hand as well. He's made some big saves for Saskatchewan.
Oh, this has absolutely been a goaltender battle here, Cody. 28 for Chiliano, 24, pardon me, for Bouquet. I'm glad I don't work with numbers in my real job.
Palace knocked to the ground by Bradley, and here goes Leclerc looking for his 3rd. Stopped by the big man. Rebound behind the back by Bradley while falling. Oh, that would have been something.
Alex Bouquet with back-to-back huge saves. The Rush stay within 4, and their head coach feels like it's just a matter of time till they start getting some of these shots past Chiliano.
Matthews to Lintner. Saskatchewan playing with a little bit of speed of recent. Lintner's going to run around, trying to go low, short side. Chiliano seals the pipe.
Speaking of the goaltending battle, I can't think the last time this Rush team was held with 2 this deep into a game, Cody. This has just been a show by the San Diego defense and Frank Chiliano.
Crowley. Pass over to Dobie. 12 on the shot clock. Dixon for Burr. Dobie to the middle again. Stotts is in tight, far side. It's behind Bouquet and it's in, but they'll say Stotts went through the crease.
Great call there, but again, another nice little crafty pass from Dobie to Stotts. Those 2 guys have had great chemistry here tonight. Lots of dangerous chances. The Rush getting maybe lucky on that one.
Walter on the run, he scores! Clark Walter, the Limestone kid, has his 2nd career NLL goal.
No luck required on that Clark Walter goal. Gets in the middle, steps into one, and beats Frank Chiliano by his right arm, finds space between the net and Chiliano's arm. Just a great play here. Walter, he's really impressed me so far tonight, Cody. I know it hasn't necessarily been the best of games for the Rush offense, but Clark Walter, Jimmy Quinlan talked about getting the guys fired up, getting energy, and Clark Walter has brought that all game long. You said the boys call him Sparky. Pretty clear why on that one.
The 2019 All-American had 53 goals that season at Limestone. Says, hey, if number 9 in gray can score, number 9 in green can as well. And the Rush trail by 3. One more note on that Jesse Gamble goal. 2,135 days between NLL goals. Per Google. Here's Curtis Dixon towards the net, and he puts that one off the far pipe, and it's a break back the other way. Jake Boudreau, shoemate chases. Boudreau to the middle, fakes it a couple of chances, but it's Crowley on the back check again. 2nd time this game, Kevin Crowley's taken away an opportunity.
And both grade A breakaway chances. Crowley just showing off the hustle, and that's been the story for San Diego tonight. You don't hold a team to 3 goals without everybody being on board and everybody bringing that energy in tonight.
Both power plays have gone cold so far in this game, and it's 5-on-5 where San Diego has been the better squad. Dane Dobie now around Rubish. Dobie with the bouncer. Bouquet with the save. And then the tabletop in front sends Connor McClellan to the Tim Hortons logo. Ryan Dilks, the captain, down for Matthews, spins around Leclerc. Matthews pass, and it ends up in the shins of Robert Church. Now Littner bobbles one. That means the double team will come from Gamble. Littner dives. Big save by Frank Scigliano, but I think Littner stepped in the crease.
Love seeing the effort by Littner, though. He's good for 2 or 3 of those a game. Guy leaves almost every game with turf burn on his kneecaps. He's going airborne at least once or twice. I love the way he plays, always going so hard towards the goal.
Playing with speed is what Saskatchewan's been doing. Crowley for Stotts, the big wind up and the big fake, trying to go between the wickets, and Bouquet makes the save.
Again, Stotts just in everybody's ear. Him and Messenger have had a battle for the ages in this one. I'd say Stotts winning it, but it's been great watching, Cody.
Mark Matthews, shoemail defense. Robert Church, Medtronic. Thought about setting a seal, jumped open. Littner's in front of the crease, trying to dive out in front. Knew McCannell was going to bury him, but he still got the shot off, and Saskatchewan gets a reset on the shot clock. Now 5 to go, quarter number 3. It's a goaltenders duel here at the SaskTel Center.
If there's anybody that's due, Cody, it's Littner.
Austin Medtronic. Littner pushes his defender down. Matthews towards the net, trying to go 5-0 on Scigliano, and he knew it was coming.
Matthews really stepping towards the goal for the first time. He's been outside most of the night.
Dixon for Dobie, and he's stopped by Bouquet.
Another big save by Bouquet. We were talking at halftime how this one looked like it could be a runaway if it wasn't for Alex Bouquet and a big bounce back for the big man. Easily this one's in San Diego's favor.
Clark Walter. Pass got deflected by Belgrade. Gamble knocked it for a second. Matthews is there. Behind the back flip for Powless. McClellan will stay and play on offense. Saskatchewan had 4 lefties on the floor. Church fired that one from Herbert, and it goes wide. Bouncer, Merrill runs up on it, but we're at another TV timeout here. Saskatchewan down by 3. We got a ball game at the SaskTel Center. Clark Walter has the latest. Remember to follow the NLL on all of our social media channels for highlights and behind-the-scenes content. And we are now on TikTok. Follow us at NLL_official. Out-of-town scoreboard, the Riptide knock off Philly 13-10 tonight. Former Rush netminder Cameron Dunkerley, 48 saves in his first start of the season. 2-0 in his NLL career. He actually got a win last year against Panther City here in green. Mac O'Keefe, bouncer, scores! Mac O'Keefe's got his first of the game, 11th of the season, and San Diego extends their lead to 4 again.
Right as everyone's singing, I got friends in low places at the SaskTel Center here on Country Night. The Rush come out and find a low of this game as Mac O'Keefe goes low and underneath the arm of Alex Bouquet. Is that enough like punts for you, Cody, or are you sick of them? But again, Mac O'Keefe comes up for the break, catches the rush, maybe just with their feet set a little bit low energy, has time to shoot, takes advantage, and the low bouncer on Bouquet bounces his way, not the way of the bathrobe Bouquet man, and it's 7-3 for San Diego.
Bouncers will go. Mac O'Keefe had a hat trick on December 9th against Saskatchewan. He's on the board now, and San Diego's got a touchdown. Brian Keenan Littner's out in front with speed. He got that quick stick off, but it's over the cage.
A converted touchdown, Cody. Converts now are tough in both leagues. Got to give them credit for the kickers.
Austin Stotts holds up top. Scored a big goal in that opening half. Westberg, far side. Boudreau will defend. Crowley, space, got a pass back out in front, and he scores. Kevin Crowley finds the back of the net for his 8th of the season.
As he so often does against Saskatchewan, Dane Dobie is having a night. Another great seeing-eye pass, a tough one from a sidearm angle, finds Crowley heading towards the net, and Crowley puts it behind Bouquet. I don't think anybody in the building thought that that Doby was going to go low to high on a pass. Crowley now his 8th of the year, and it's 8 behind Bouquet now as the Rush Seals starting to pull ahead just a wee bit in this one, Mr. Cody Jansen.
Third meeting of the season between these two teams, and Crowley's got his first in their appearances. And now Messenger getting into it down low. Looked like Logan will run back on defense, and Messenger heads off for a change.
Messenger's been trying to engage with just about everybody, but when you're Mike Messenger, 6'2", 225, not a lot of guys gonna dance with you.
Ryan Keenan has Matthews setting picks. Keenan to the middle, save made by Chiliano, rebound by Madronic, and I believe Sykes got his stick in there and deflected that one.
One of the all-time greats, but it's about the first time you've said Matthews setting picks tonight, Cody.
Pass for Doby, Dixon down the highway, and he scores. Curtis Dixon runs it up, not a defender in sight, and it's the Delaware alumni.
Speaking of guys that tend to have big games against the Saskatchewan Rush, Curtis Dixon, not going Superman like he's known for, but Superman comes through out of nowhere, flying in betwixt a couple defenders, and that's his first of the night and 28th of the season. The Rush had been his kryptonite in the bright green jersey so far, but Superman finds a way here and puts it behind Bouquet.
Was held without a point in that opening half, and back-to-back games now between these two teams where Dixon's actually been held off the score sheet in the opening half. Barnable, a tough face-off win, and then he's knocked down by Belgrade. Robert Church with it now. Matthews on the floor, rushed down by 6. Matthews takes the shot, got deflected, and ends up out of play. So it'll still be Saskatchewan ball and a fresh 30 clock to work with.
I think that bounce, again, they're closer than we are, but I think that may be a bounce going Saskatchewan's way. I thought that went through the crease.
Robert Church now fires and scores. Throw those hats. Robert Church has his 3rd of the game.
You need a timely goal. You need to get it to Robert Church. One of the only guys for Saskatchewan that's managed to find some time and space so far tonight. And Robert Church playing with a bit of an edge. This time uses the 2 defenders as a screen. Beats Chiliano over that top left arm. And there's still a pulse here in Saskatchewan as Robert Church shooting while he's moving, always a tough one, and he's got 30 on this year. And as you said, Cody, the old hat trick here in Saskatchewan. Not surprised the foam cowboy hats they gave out didn't hit the turf.
Those are a little light to toss over the glass.
I could throw a football over mountains, though. I could do it.
Jake Boudreau will scoop up the loose ball, and now with the buck 45 left going quarter number 3. Saskatchewan looking to go on a run, but it's Cam Holding who picks off that pass. Looking like an NFL safety as he steps back on the play. Holding for Dixon. He's got the latest for San Diego. Looking well rested in Saskatoon. Dixon inside, pass got picked up by Berg, and he scores over the shoulder of Bouquet, and San Diego's got double digits.
Wes Berg with the mid-air adjustment. If you want to see something tough to do in lacrosse, that's exactly it. Berg wanted to go far side as he jumped into the air. He leaps in the air. He wants to go over the left shoulder of Bouquet. Instead, puts it back over the right shoulder while he's flying through the air, all before he touches the ground. High skill play there by the Coquitlam native, and I believe that's his 18th of the year, 2nd on the game.
And that's just a grown man's goal as he comes in and he sets the cross-check pick on Boudreau, where Boudreau's Brampton tough. He's not going down on that. If he goes down, it probably gets blown down. Instead, he stumbles and stays on his feet, and Berg's got no one within 7 feet of him, so he has the time to make that play.
Well, to get the air time, to make that adjustment, that's just a great athletic play, Cody.
Crowley now on the run, save made by Bouquet.
Looks like they are going to call a push there. Getting tied up in the corner was Connor McClelland. As soon as the ball went back that way, that's when they got the push call on San Diego.
Ryan Keenan for Robert Church. Matthews has Littner in the middle, and it's a huge kick save by Frank Chiliano.
Lintner has been snake bitten tonight. Few grade A chances, gets stopped again by Frank, don't call me Frankie, Chiliano.
Saskatchewan missing Marty Dinsdale in this contest as well. In case you missed the scratches earlier, Isaac Andrew, Mike Mallory out also for Saskatchewan. Jacob Dunbar, Jake Govan out for San Diego. Dobie, near side, ball handler, pushed out by Kidd the third, pass inside for Stotts, but he loses this as he tries to get a shot off. He'll make his case for a penalty, but I think he'll argue his way to a power play. Pass for Lintner, picked up by Merrill, and he'll airmail this after the third quarter ends. 45 down, 15 to go in the SaskTel Center. The Seals are up by 6, heading into the final frame. Back at the SaskTel Center, it's Cody Jans and John Fraser with you. Dane Dobie up to 500 career NLL goals. And the San Diego Seals, we knew they were out for revenge after the last game between these two teams where the Rush won 16-11 in Pechanga Arena. The Seals on the road up 10-4 after 45 minutes of play. It's been the Dobie and Berg show with some help from friends like Curtis Dixon and Trey Leclerc.
And Frank Chiliano as well. Frankie Chiliano holding the Rush only to 4 goals through 3 quarters. I wish we had like 17 stats guys in here to figure out when the last time that happened, but I can certainly tell you, Cody, as long as I've been involved with this team since they moved to Saskatchewan, I can't think the last time they were held under even 5 goals this deep in a game.
Frank Chiliano hasn't had more than 34 saves in a game since week number 1 against the New York Riptide. His first start since January 14th as well. Robert Church on the run, trying to go 5-hole, stopped by Chiliano. Both those two Langley Thunder teammates in the summer in the WLA when the NLL season's not going on. Clark Walter up top. Mark Matthews now. Won't shoot, pass over to Church, looking for 4, and he's got it. Robert Church on the run, 10-5 is the score.
Keeping the crowd in it as we approach the dying moments of this one. Robert Church again, unmarked. Mark Matthews with just that Hall of Fame vision he's got. He can see, again, like a quarterback and a receiver, when Church is open over a couple defenders, and Church with speed, looking like Sonic the Hedgehog there, rushes towards the goal and puts it behind Frank Chiliano. And it's taken shots like that to beat Chiliano tonight. See if the Rush are due for a couple more here and a 4th quarter comeback for the ages.
Messenger with the face-off win, but he got popped back, and Jesse Gamble scoops up the loose ball. Scored tonight over 2,000 days after his last NLL goal. Came in the Eastern semifinal against the New England Black Wolves back in 2017.
Love that. Don't you just love a guy coming back, fighting back from injury, getting a spot and scoring tonight? That is just so cool, Cody.
Curtis Dixon finds Dane Dobie, 5 to shoot. He'll drive around Rubish. Dobie, no lane to pass, wants to fire on the run. Low to low bouncer, won't go.
Exactly what the Rush needed, a quick defensive stop and a return to offense.
Ryan Keenan walks it in, and Chiliano over there as well, not giving him anything to shoot at.
Speaking of snake-bitten guys.
Shoemate back the other way. Holding, found him out in front, and Beers came back, and he was all on top of Campbell.
Keenan's got a couple assists tonight, 8 shots, no goals, as he's just been at the mercy of the Frank Chiliano show.
Keenan down for Matthews. Out in front's Medtronic, defender all over him. Now the rebound comes back to Lintner, and he gets crushed by Leclerc.
Lintner's down. This is a scary moment here as Leclerc ran him over. Thankfully, he's come to. Looks like maybe he was just winded as he jumps back to his feet after a big hit by Trey Leclerc. Taking a second look here. Yeah, just run over. The contact was a little high, but with how quickly that Dan Lintner got up, you got to think he was just winded or something. Taking a second look, the fans here in SaskTel Center not necessarily enjoying it. But Lintner back to the bench. He's looking okay. He's not going to head to the room. He's right back out there waiting to get back on the floor. And this is angriest I've heard SaskTel Center in a while, Cody. They did not like that, seeing that on the Jumbotron.
Wes Burke to the middle, behind the back flip, got caught by Bouquet with his left hand.
Yeah, I think he was looking for the pass, is heading back to the bench. Curtis Dixon going, what was that you missed? As that drifted into Alex Bouquet's Rush logo.
Kyle Rubish, the all-time games played leader for Saskatchewan, and now penalties coming, and I believe it's going to be Dan Lintner. Not sure if he said something to the ref, or we'll wait for the call, I guess, but everyone looks a little stunned on the floor.
Saskatchewan, number 41, 2 minutes delay game. Player was blown down for an injury, therefore that player's not eligible to return to the next dead ball.
We're trying to get a story for you back at home, and Rush Nation will tell you it with a couple of two-letter words.
Well, when you have to explain yourself that clearly, Cody, I'm not saying, just saying, but by the rule book, Lintner's called for delay a game. I was worried we were seeing another unnecessary and sportsmanlike penalty, and I couldn't have blamed Dan Lintner for saying something.
Dobie, far side, book it. The iconic top corner sting by 4-4, and San Diego on the power play goes back up by 6.
San Diego finding their footing there, and I think the confusion from the Lintner penalty might have carried over to that possession. The Rush penalty kill not looking quite into it as Dane Dobie in one swift motion receives the pass and goes top corner on Alex Bouquet. He scored his 500th tonight. How many of them look just like that one there, Cody? Second of the game, 32 on the year for Dane Dobie.
Dane Dobie had 5 the last time these teams met back in February. He's got 2 this evening. Matthews stripped of the ball, and Shumay comes in there, and he'll head north. Shumay with some speed. Dixon's off the bench, but a good reverse transition by Ryan Barnable to keep up with him and take away any opportunity. Berg has Crowley as the late man off the bench. Dane and Dobie. Down for Crowley, he lost the ball. Rebound pops to Berg, and it's a huge save by Bouquet.
Just chaos there. Good on Alex Bouquet being able to stay focused. His bodies were flying all the way around him. He pops up and makes a shoulder save.
Keenan, far side, pings the pipe.
Second time Keenan's hit that exact post tonight.
Gamble, 2-on-1, decides to wait it out. The former Toronto Rock for Curtis Dixon. He'll be defended by Matt Bierce. 13 on the shot clock, 11 left to go in the game. Austin Stotts way outside, puts it off the stomach of Alex Bouquet.
Bouquet, perfect position, take that one off the logo, control the rebound, and get the Rush going back in transition.
Rush down by 6, Ryan Keenan. Matthews pushes back Sykes. Pass for Church, fade away, and he'll test out the left post. Saskatchewan in trouble as Shumay on a breakaway. Big save, Bouquet. And now Church wasn't happy as he was picking up that rebound in the crease, and he took a slash there as well.
Oh, 100% he did. He had the ball towards his stick, gets interfered with while trying to pick it up there. Church unhappy.
Little dive by Medtronic as a couple of Seals players go for a tumble. And Leclerc runs it back up. He's got the single leg sleeve going. I'm liking the shoe game on San Diego here. Leclerc looks awesome. Bradley's got some sweet kicks. You gotta like seeing that.
This whole matchup is so aesthetically pleasing. Those San Diego jerseys and the green Rush ones, 2 of the best in the entire league tonight.
San Diego's golds at the outdoor game. Book it. Berg behind the back, outside look. Bouquet with the stop.
Yeah, just a sharp, looking team. I love those kits they had at the outdoor game.
Rubish, pass for Matthews. Slides away from him. Keenan controls. Offense getting out a little bit late, but a call is coming against San Diego. 10 seconds left. Bouquet might not get to the bench in time here as he'll head that way. Matthews down low. Lintner quick stick. Ends up behind the net. Walter has it, but they got the reset as well. So they're going to say Shiliano got a piece of that one. Now it's a 6-on-5. That's why Bouquet went, even though there was 5 seconds left. Outside look, Keenan got stumped. Clark Walter has it now. Keenan back to Church, the hot stick, trying to go high. Walter on the rebound, scores! Clark Walter has his second of the game, and Saskatchewan not done yet.
Dane Doby was stuck out there on defense for that entire shift. A couple of resets with Bouquet on the bench was a big reason why the Rush were able to get to that ball. It's standing in the middle. It was almost like they were playing a 6-on-4 already with Doby just sitting there. Big shot there by Church, and then Walter, Johnny on the spot, or Clarkie on the spot. Off the rebound, off the backboards. Nothing Shiliano can do as Clark Walter buries there, getting rewarded for all of his hard work again tonight.
Messenger back on the stripe as Trey Leclerc steps up as well, but it'll be a face-off violation. Saskatchewan gets to the TV timeout, down by 5. 11-6, San Diego leads. Clark Walter with his second puts Saskatchewan back on a roll.
11-6, the San Diego Seals ruining country night in Saskatchewan so far, but it's not over yet, as the Rush still showing signs of life here down to the last 9 minutes of this one.
Robert Church, 4 goals this evening. He'll spin it out, him and Clark Walter keeping him in it. That's who's got it now. Walter, shot goes off of Shiliano, rebounds on the ground, and he's gonna have to try to pick up his own rebound as no one was close to it. Shumate, Stallion down the floor, and he scores. Patrick Shumate goes low for his first of the season.
When you're coming down, when you got a big lead like that, general thinking is kill the time. Take your full 30, count that clock down. So you got to be pretty confident when you're taking a shot in transition up big. And Shumate knew he was. Does not look like a man that's only got 1 on the season. That coming at this exact moment. Saw some room betwixt the pantaloons of Alex Bouquet. Puts it exactly there. And the 6-goal lead is back with 8.5 minutes left.
You want to know an even crazier stat on the Patrick Shumate front?
Of course I do.
Well, yes, he is an NCAA champion with RIT. That's actually his first regular season goal. Messenger back the other way. But the crazy part, he had 4 in the playoffs last year. So it's not his first NLL goal, but first regular season one for Shumate.
The Lonnie Bohannes of the San Diego Seals, for an obscure hockey reference right there.
Battle ensues behind the San Diego goal, and it's just a mosh pit of bodies.
And you know, San Diego's just happy with this. Just get that clock, get the shot clock violation, take back over. You've got 8 minutes left in a 6-goal lead. You're starting to bleed the Rush out of time here. It's Garland, he got up high on his man, and there's words exchanged heading back to the bench as Garland thought that maybe Eli Gobrecht had gone for a swim on that one.
I know the Garlands are watching, and so shout out to Hunter, who was just named the DEL2 Player of the Year over in Germany, a pro hockey player. Back for Dixon now, crease dive, stopped by Bouquet as the rebound pops up in the air.
Did we just have both a Lonnie Bohannes and a German pro hockey reference in the same quarter, Cody? It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Some are just built different. Ryan Dilks down to Ryan Keenan. Sykes pushes him back. Physical bodies on defense here as McCannell and Sykes are doing their job. Church trying to go far side. Shiliano with the save. Ball's on the ground as Walter runs into his defender, and here goes Leclerc back the other way with Brody Merrill. Brody Merrill trying to go short side. Save made by Bouquet, and Messenger will head back the other way. Messenger on the run. Bobby Kidd III has Ryan Keenan up top. Back to Messenger. Dives, scores! Mike Messenger, the hammer, has his 4th of the season.
Mike Messenger takes regular shifts on O. He starts that whole thing with the great transition play to push the floor, and he's showing why he's calling for more time on the offensive side of the ball. Stops, hesitates, goes airborne, and when you're 225 pounds and 6'2", nobody's getting in the way. Great awareness too by Messenger. You see that net's off. That doesn't mean anything in lacrosse. You got the virtual net rule. A lot of people might be at home going, well, wait, that net was up. Doesn't matter. Messenger knew that. He took that to the house, and it's back to a 5-goal lead.
6:44, Rush down by 5. Not done yet. Lacrosse, anything can happen. Messenger's got it up top. Long shift for him, so he'll go off and change and let the offensive experts on the floor. Keenan far side had some space. Loose ball grabbed by Walter.
Geronik almost got one there, too, flying through the air on the rebound, Cody.
Clark Walter just covered 75 feet in a matter of seconds to grab that loose ball. You can tell who wants it on offense. Matthews on the roll, pass back from Geronik, has to grab it behind the body. On the run, trying to go high on Chiliano, and it catches him up in the head.
You got a lot of padding in these. You know, you look at the goalies, you think they're padded just about everywhere, but sometimes the odd one's going to catch you in a spot where it's a little soft. Here is Chiliano's mess. He gets it up looking like that collarbone area. Sometimes those will catch you, and I tell you, those sting. Well, pardon me, that ends up right in his mask with the ball in it. I think that's the reaction of him. I thought that hit him into the collarbone. No, that ends up directly in the eye hole. Guess you could say he had great vision on that one. Had to stop play as the ball was stuck in the cat eye of Frank Chiliano.
Well, that's a scary situation we saw last year with Zach Higgins.
Yes.
In Philly, if you remember. I mean, keep your eye on the ball, kids, but maybe if you're wearing a cat eye, think twice and try use your forehead like the old Dominator did.
Yeah, that's just terrifying. I mean, you and I have been there. You get a shot up high, even if you got the mask on. I couldn't imagine that my pantaloons would survive very long if it got all the way through my cat eye and stopped at the last second.
Back underway at the Saskatchewan Center. Wes Burke. Pushed back by Boudreau. Pass inside intended for Austin Stotts. Won't go. Barnable takes a heavy collision, but he keeps his ground and he'll run through it. Jared Smith finds Keenan, trying to go short side. Keenan's had a lot of looks in this game, but none have dropped.
He's a little snake bitten tonight. Frank Chiliano's had him figured out. He's up to now 11 shots. He does have the 4 assists, Cody, but no goals on 11 shots. That's usually a sign it's just kind of not your night.
23 shots between Keenan, Lintner, and Matthews that have been stopped by Frank Chiliano. Matt O'Keefe now rips one up top. Dane Dobie and Matt Beers will get reacquainted here in Saskatchewan. Will get the ball going their direction.
If you're a Rush fan, it is a little troublesome that this week Derek Keenan called out the veterans, and it's been mostly, with the exception of Robert Church, it's been mostly Walter and not your veterans doing the scoring here so far on this one.
Matthews gets taken out without the ball, and Messenger wants a piece, but going back the other way is Dixon. Curtis Dixon now, couple of fakes. Bouquet makes the save, and now cooler heads will prevail, as I believe that was Shumay getting into it with Messenger back at the other end.
Yeah, Shumay, I thought maybe had a chance of going standing at 6'4" himself. The Messenger's 6'2".
Walter scores! It's the first career hat trick for the Poco product, and Clark Walter goes 5-hole on Frank Chiliano.
Takes the hit to make the play. He knew he was going to get stapled going airborne that far out, but it's enough to change the angle that Frank Chiliano seeing, and Walter goes into the air, gets absolutely drilled midair, but puts it in between the legs of Frank Chiliano, and the Rush are not done yet. Cody Jansen, this is the first quarter that they've outscored San Diego so far, 4-2 in this fourth quarter. They're going to need 4 more, Cody.
Well, when you talk about the future of this Saskatchewan Rush team, not a lot of people talking about Clark Walter until the past couple of weeks. Now he's getting his opportunity to shine. Looking for four, and he's got it! Get out of town! Clark Walter, are you kidding me? Rush trail by 3!
Just a speedster. You watched him cover 75 feet in seconds to pick up a loose ball, showing off his wheels and his skill in tight. Clark Walter does not want this one over. Does not want to go to bed, does not want to make a dinner reservation as Clark Walter picks it up with speed, coming down Main Street, dekes one defender, pushes another one off with the shoulder, and goes to the arm side of Chiliano. And for the first time since the 8:28 mark of the opening quarter, the Rush are within 3.
Quicker than Tom Brady's cat, Clark Walter went through 5 defenders and found the back of the net. Saskatchewan's got some life.
Clark Building's feeling it now a little, Cody, for the first time tonight.
4 left to go. Robert Church, far side. Doesn't miss by much. Matthews has it again. Walter getting some extra treatment now on defense. Robert Church, spin move, hard pick got set on Belgrave. Keenan's got it up top, double team comes, he escapes it. Keenan on the run, save made by Chiliano, and Leclerc has the rebound fall to his feet.
Would have been a great time to end that goalless drought for Ryan Keenan tonight.
McCannell has Stotts, and as expected, San Diego will probably be comfortable eating as much time as possible off that clock. Stotts, but now he gets himself right to a shooting lane. Saskatchewan just let him sit right in the slot. Shot goes wide, and now Holden Garland will head south. Bobby Kidd the third up there as well. Austin Madronic, low cut, trying to pass it back up top. Brody Merrill's all over him though. Bobby Kidd the third, thought about staying and playing for a second, becomes an outlet and then goes for a change. Madronic, 2-0 guys off the gate, 10 to shoot. Austin Madronic, shot got deflected. 5 to go. He's got it in the corner again. Pass overhead, and no one was ready for it. Gamble walks it back to the logo here. 2:38 to go in regulation. Rush trail by 3. Kevin Crowley now, near side half wall. Crowley's got one in the game. Bouncer kicked by Bouquet. Rebound on the ground, and this could be a big loose ball. Boudreau scoops it. Defenders forwards all over him, and now Dilks has control.
Great hit there by Messenger to set that up. That ball was up for grabs. Messenger hits his man, and the Rush are back on offense.
Ryan Keenan, 5-hole attempt. Chiliano with the save. And again, we are still approaching that TV timeout here, so Saskatchewan doesn't have to use it, but you got to get to the break. Doby for Dixon. Berg's up top as well. It's the Calgary connection. Doby, little flip for Austin Stotts. One on Beers, one arms it wide as Dixon dumps it down into the corner. And now we will get to our last TV timeout of regulation. Saskatchewan down by 3, but less than 2 to play inside the SaskTel Center. Well, let's get to the time now for the Fanatics turning point, and it's Dane Doby scoring goal number 500. 7th player all-time in NLL history to do so, and that was a shorty as well to make it 2-0 San Diego. 5:18 into quarter number 1, and they haven't looked back. Up 12-9 with 90 seconds left to go in regulation. Rush have possession, 6-on-5 on the floor. Madronic for Matthews, he'll drive, 5-hole shot. Stopped by Chiliano, and no rebound means he can make the outlet to Patrick Shumate. Dixon down low, Garland will defend. Rush will probably have to throw a double team here soon if they want to force a turnover. But San Diego content to kill some clock. 10 left on the shot. Pass got kicked off by Holden Garland. Now Garland's going to push the pace. Messenger has it with Lintner up on the floor. Rush got to go in transition. Matthews, Lintner scores! Dan Lintner makes it a 2-goal game with 48 seconds left to go. Rush Nation is back on their feet. Dan Lintner has the first of the game for himself on his 9th shot in the contest. Smart play by Messenger to work it up, and it's Matthews who hits Lintner with the pass, and the quick stick finds its way behind Frank Sciliano. Of course, last 2 minutes, so they are going to review it. I don't think it's the feet when the shot actually happens. I think it's if the quick stick, as long as in the back of the net before his left foot touches down. Of course, you can see Todd LaBranche right there, your crew chief this evening, taking another look at it. Matthews with the pass, Lintner with the shot. As you get another look here on the replay review. It's his left foot that does get down kind of close. Tough to see from an overhead angle when actual contact gets made, but Todd LaBranche will take a look at this for Dan Lintner. If this one stands, it's goal 16 on the season. Looks like Todd's seen enough. He'll come out and give us a word.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Good goal.
The Lintner goal will count, and Saskatchewan trails by 2 with 48 seconds left to go in regulation. Eric Penny between the pipes now he'll be the running netminder for Saskatchewan. If they can pick up a face-off with Messenger pushed down, Boudreau's got it, and Saskatchewan's going to get their timeout in. Saskatchewan will get their timeout in as Cam Sedgwick will get to draw up a play with Jimmy Quinlan helping as well. Messenger with a massive face-off win. Messenger, that's his 15th face-off win, and now the Rush can draw up a play here. Less than a minute to go as well, down by 2 as you see Cam Sedgwick draw something up. You wonder if Messenger stays out on offense to set some picks, maybe open up some space for Robert Church. Clark Walters had a hot stick as well. You got to assume they put it in the hands of Mark Matthews as well. Just a couple of assists for him in this one. Well, we've got John Fraser standing by.
Yeah, absolutely, Cody. Down here at floor level, you can tell the energy's high here on this Rush bench, especially after that call being good. The Rush crowd is into it for the loudest time tonight as Mark Matthews takes over the timeline.
42 seconds left to go in regulation. Church with Keenan. Down for Walter. Scores! Give me 5! Clark Walter cuts the lead down to 1, and the SaskTel Center's rocking.
Unbelievable, Cody. Clark Walter coming out party in this one. We were both pumped to see him into the lineup, and the Rush are 1 possession away and still plenty of time on their 60th shot. Clark Walter goes to the arm side of Frank Sciliano, and the young man has had himself one heck of a game, and it ain't over yet. The roof's ready to blow off of this place as I'm down on floor level, Cody.
Put it in reverse, Terry. 7 in the 4th quarter for Saskatchewan, and we've got a ball game with 35 seconds left to go. Messenger on the faceoff. LeClaire has it, and he's knocked down to the turf. San Diego will get their timeout in.
Yeah, they're calling the timeout. They got the timeout away as soon as LeClaire had it in his stick, Cody, so that's why we've got the stoppage here. San Diego using their timeout almost as soon as he got near it.
Well, Jimmy Quinlan is down there with Jeremy Talevi as well, and you wonder, do you pull the goaltender and have 6 defenders out, or does Penny stay and you got to get a double team over to force a turnover?
Well, I think now you're in double team territory. I mean, you can't let the shot clock run out here, Cody. You got to get that ball. You got to get the Lucy in an awful hurry. If I'm me, and I am no coach by any stretch of the imagination, I'm leaving Penny on the bench, double up the ball carrier immediately, get that turnover, and let's go in transition. Give it to a Boudreau, give it to a guy with wheels, because it's going to have to be a young-legged transition player coming down and beating Frank Chiliano.
The issue is that the start will be over half, so it kind of helps Saskatchewan in a sense that they can force and push back because Dixon won't be
Penny's
able.
out. Penny's on the bench beside me here, Cody.
Yeah, 6 on 5, so Bobby Kidd III and Jake Boudreau will get on him. Dixon tried to go behind the midway line. Keenan is out there as well. Dilks, Messenger, Garland, the others. Curtis Dixon has it. Bobby Kidd III trying to hold him up. Boudreau's out there as well. And Dixon escapes. He'll drive down the middle on the floor. Ball's in the crease. Rush are going to pick it up with 18 seconds left. They'll bounce one forward. Here goes Jake Boudreau. Down the stretch we go in Saskatchewan. Matthews, Church, in tight, and it's wide. Seconds remaining, and Robert Church goes over the net. Messenger won't get the loose ball. It was a grade A chance, and the Rush can't pull out a tie. San Diego survives. 12-11 is your final score.
What an absolute gutsy performance, Cody Jansen, to come back in that fourth quarter, to keep it tight. What a game here. And I'm kind of glad I got to come experience it down at floor level. That was neat.
Oh, we get a replay in-house here of the Robert Church chants on TV. That's a punch in the gut if you're a Saskatchewan Rush fan. An opportunity for goal number 5 in the game, and it's just off by a matter of inches. John, you're down on floor level. I mean, give us a vibe check here. San Diego looks like they big exhale as they survived here.
That's exactly what it was. There was a moment where the entire barn went silent right as Robert Church was open, going for that famous over-the-shoulder shot. You could hear a pin drop for a brief second, and I do think, Cody, I heard an entire exhale from the San Diego bench. The Rush bench coming out a little bit deflated, but yeah, just a moment to breathe there if you're San Diego.
What a performance, though. Again, you got to look to the Seals side. Just a gutsy effort by Frank Chiliano. You know, it hasn't been the season he expected as the franchise goaltender for San Diego, but for him to step in and make 49 saves, absolutely incredible. Wes Berg with 6 points, Shumay with a goal and 2 assists, Trey Leclerc with 2 goals as well. And it was just an all-round top-to-bottom effort as Saskatchewan. You got to look at Clark Walter right there. Clark Walter, 5 goals in the game. Rush Nation will give him a salute. Hey, they battled till the very end, but it was Dane Dobie and the San Diego Seals, and he's standing by with John Fraser.
Yeah, down here in floor level, Dane Dobie. First off, congrats. Number 500, just the 7th man to do it. How cool is that?
Yeah, you know, it's something I guess I can look back on once I'm all done. It's pretty cool right now, but what a game. That's a big 2 points that we just got here. So
I think I heard your entire bench exhale right when Robert Church missed that. What was going through your guys' heads there?
Yeah, like this game is, you know, this game is never over, especially against such a good team and a great building. You know, they can come back from anything, and well, like I said, we were just able to hold on to the last second there. So we got some stuff to work on, but we came in here with 2 points.
For you guys now, 8 wins, top of the West Division. Is that exactly where you expected to be this time of the year, Dane?
Well, that's where we want to be for sure, and it's game at a time, and it's just proven that this Western Conference right now that anybody can win in any game. So you got to bring your A game every time. So guys are stealing wins and teams are winning all over the place. So you got to be good every night.
Enjoy the celebration for the 500 Club, Dane. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks a lot, man.
Down here with Dane Dobie. Back up to you, Cody. The newest member. Only 7 guys have ever done it. One of them just standing beside me in Dane Dobie.
Thank you, John. 5 points for Dane Dobie. The San Diego Seals victorious in the SaskTel Center. 12-11, your final score. The post-game show is coming up next. The National Lacrosse League, presented by Alterna Savings Credit Union. Visit alterna.ca to discover the credit union difference. By NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything. And by Guaranteed Rate, now more than ever, you need the best. What a finish in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. The San Diego Seals prevailed 12-11. It was a thriller, and it came down to the final seconds in the West Conference. Hey, what a battle between these two Western Conference teams. San Diego now 8-2 this season. Sole possession of first. Saskatchewan falls to 5-6, tied with Colorado for fourth. But that one's going to come down to an April meeting when the season series is decided. San Diego, they've got the season series on Saskatchewan, due in large part to Dane Doby. Hits the 500 club. He also had 5 points in this game as we get a look at a couple of goals here. Behind the back of Shorty for number 500. It's around Barnable, and he goes low to the corner. Not that many players in the league are hitting that shot. So then that's just a patented Dane Doby far side. Floats it far on top of Alex Bouquet. Frank Scigliano, 49 saves for San Diego in this one. It was a goaltender's duel as well. Scigliano came up with clutch saves in that first half. Saskatchewan turned it on just a little bit too late as they got 7 in the end. As we get another look here at the SaskTel Center, it was country night, and San Diego came in the better team through 60 minutes. Trey Leclerc, fantastic. Dane Doby puts himself in an elite class, only 7 to score 500. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Sabina Watt, and everyone producing the games behind the scenes, so long from Saskatoon. Seals win 12-11, your final score.